YouTube. What's going on, guys? It's the Red Mist LFC Ninja, and we are back for the preview of Liverpool versus Leeds United FC. The new season, guys, is finally here. It's here. It's arrived tomorrow. Well, it might be this morning. It depends whenever you're listening to this. But yeah, so guys, the champions are back. We grace Anfield tomorrow or today, or whenever you're listening. So guys, let's move straight into it. Let's get into it, boys. Over to the tactics screen. As you can see, the match preview, Liverpool the home side at Anfield. Still no crowd, still corona all over the gaff, but we are at home to Leeds United FC, newly promoted Leeds United FC. I've not seen this clash in a while. It's been a good 10 or so years since I remember this clash. So yes, guys, let's get into it. I'm going to start with players on the cuff. The cuff of kind of the subs bench and first team, you know, those players like Kiana and Harvey Elliott. You know, so let's get on with it. Kiana, Harvey Elliott, Billy Commicio, Curtis Jones, Nico Williams and Origi. So these two here really and truly are on the fringes of the subs bench. They really are. They are pushing, you know. Origi could easily take the place of Shaqiri or Minamino. Curtis Jones could easily fill in for like let's just say a Milner or a Henderson if there's an injury, or Oxlade-Chamberlain. Ox, as you know, is injured still, I believe. So yes, guys, you know, I think Nico Williams is probably the one I think that gets onto the bench. Obviously Origi is probably more the bench man out of these three just here, but I think if there's any problems with Trent, he jumps straight onto the bench. But for now, I feel like, you know, we kind of have cover if Trent gets an injury. Like Fabinho could drop into right back. You know, Milner's there. He could drop. Maybe he could. I don't know. Jordan Henderson could do a job. So it's not so essential that, you know, he gets onto our bench. And we only really keep a defender or two on the bench. The rest are midfielders and attackers. Usually one attacker with 3-4 midfielders, depending on how much defenders we have on the bench. The rest of them here, guys, I feel like, you know, Commicio, his time will be very limited, because I even think as a fourth choice centre back stroke with Phillips, remember, I feel like Fabinho will be more the fourth choice than Billy. Billy's very young. He's been out injured. He's only coming back through, but you know, he's a big solid unit, and I do think he's one that Klopp will develop in the next 2 or 3 years while his tenure is apparent here. And then obviously Harvey Elliott, Harvey Elliott. Again, if Shaqiri and Divock and certain players are injured, I think we scrape the barrel and we bring him onto the bench or into starting line. It depends who we're playing against also. I feel like this guy, even though he's just turned 17, I believe now, that he could do a job against any of the sides below mid-table, maybe even from 8th place down. Like, he could do a job alongside the first team. He's not too young. When I was 16, 17, 18, I was hungry to play men's football. I was hungry to play in those top games and big games every Saturday when I used to play football. So, you know, he's not scared. He's ready. He wants to play. And I think he'll be a good option for us. Keanu Hoover, it's different for him. He's a defender. You know, he's got a lot to learn, much like Billy Commicio. So I don't expect to see many of those in and around, you know, starting places or bench, to be honest, especially without injuries. Divock ignorant. I don't know why that was in my mind. Divock Origi, I don't think will have as much game time as last season. I just don't. I feel like Minamino and a few others are going to probably get more time to him than him. Some would say he'll be battling out with Brewster. I don't think so, really. I think what you get with Origi is that he's accustomed to his own fate. Like, he knows where he stands in this tide. He knows where he stands under Klopp. So I don't feel like he's really going to be that. He's not got the fire in his belly anymore. He's been here for however long he's been here. Brewster's different. He's got hunger. He's fire in his belly. Sometimes Klopp, that can be a bit of an awkward thing with Klopp, because he likes Firmino, Brewster, that's why he went out to Swansea last season, because, he wants game time. The little kid wants to play. He's just going to be giving, Klopp an earache. Klopp knows who he wants there. If you're not happy to chill and rest yourself on the subs bench and wait for your turn, Klopp will send you out on loan. Whereas, Origi's happy to do that. And that's what Klopp wants. It's my way or the highway with Klopp. And I think Brewster will pose more problems. That's if he's not happy with coming on, more often. Well, I say probably not more than often for Firmino. So yes, guys, and then similar circumstances with Curtis Jones. I think we could see him coming in off the left, sometimes replacing Mane in certain games, substitute appearance, or even through the middle later in games against the lower tier end of the Premier League, sides. So guys, let's move on with my predicted substitutes bench. So yeah, Klopp subs, guys: Matip, Minamino, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, Gini Wijnaldum, Shaqiri, and Adrian. Oh, not to mention, guys, also who have I missed out? I've missed out somebody there. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is on the injury list. I did put him on the injury list, so we will move probably Jones onto the bench. I feel like I'm missing somebody else here, but I can't think who it might be. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not missing somebody. So guys, yeah, this is pretty much the bench that I feel like Klopp will go with. Adrian, I feel like he's got the go ahead over Karius. Them two might be battling out on occasions for that goalie shirt, second place goalie shirt. I feel like Karius will be sold or go out on loan. So that would just leave Adrian to have the FA Cup games and games that Alisson won't feature in. Matip, I think Matip is back and he's pushing for that spot that Gomez is holding. He's back ready, he's fit. Personally, I prefer him to Gomez. I think he's a better all-around defender, and I think when he's with Van Dijk, he's really solid. Gomez has too many blips. He's just 1 minute he's really good, 1 minute he's not concentrating. Complacency settles in. I don't know, he's got a bit of an inconsistency at the moment, so I can't wait for Matip to be back. Wijnaldum, he's got an ongoing saga with Barcelona. I feel like if that is not sorted out by the time this game starts and he's not committed fully, then he will be on the bench just because of injuries. Barcelona won't want an injured player. I know he barely ever gets injured and doesn't really suffer from injuries, but it will be his karma. It's not going to be his karma. It will be his bad luck. Let's say bad luck. Bad luck's a better word. It's more, it's more fair. That he gets injured and then he doesn't move to Barcelona. But yeah, so I feel like if that is all still up in the air, then he will be a subs and only be used if he's really, really required to. And then obviously the space filler for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Jones. He also can come on in that midfield and do a good job, although I think he's kind of a... When all our midfielders are fit, I feel like he's an in off the left side for Mane substitute sort of player at a minute. But yeah, I hear there's loads of people talking about how he plays through the middle, and I've seen him play through the middle. I know he likes that position. I know that's his position, but for me, I don't think he's ready for that position just yet. And I like him off the left inside, to be honest, personally. So hey, tell me what you think. If you want, drop in a comment or let me know. Above him, Naby Keita. Again, can't see him Naby Keita starting. Naby Keita is an impact player. We need something in reserve in the 70s, 60s, 80th minute. He is the man. Him along with Ox are usually the pair. I always said if Thiago arrives, Oxley would drop into that Lallana position. Lallana's now gone, and I mean in the pecking order. And then it would be Thiago and Keita. Keita was given many chances last season to change the way games work. If we're behind, we're drawing, we need a winner. He has to come on and influence. His job is to come on and win the game for Liverpool. That is what his job is. He's an impact player. We need him to change the speed or the way a game is moving. He hasn't done that enough. Never done it enough last season, which is why I believe is why we're partially linked with Thiago, because Thiago is a bit of a blend of Wijnaldum along with that creative side. And I think Klopp would be prepared. Obviously, he wants to keep Wijnaldum, but I do think if Wijnaldum does go, Klopp would love to take a Thiago on board, and because it's almost like keeping Wijnaldum plus a little more. Whether he uses him like Wijnaldum, I have no idea. But for me, moving back onto Keita, Keita is at the moment a impact player. He's something from reserve. This is why he's not starting. I tell people this again and again and again and again. They just don't want to listen. And for the last 2 years, I've been nothing but correct. Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Jordan Henderson are the not front three. They are the midfield three starters. No doubt about it. When they're fit, that is the midfield. Shaqiri, all ifs and buts with his, his whole injury thing. Not really sure what's going on with him. I guess if he's fit, he's a good player. He's similar to Origi in terms of, he's kind of there. He's under contract. Who are you gonna get? Who are you gonna be able to bring that, is gonna sit in his spot and be kind of happy to just play second fiddle and get minimum game time? You might as well just keep the player you got there. So unless we get a really decent offer for him, and he is actually injury free, I don't see him going anywhere. My sources tell me he's staying, point blank. My sources also tell me that Wijnaldum is staying. Thiago was odds on until I think it was a couple of days ago, after Wijnaldum had new talks with Klopp and apparently FSG. But yes, I like Shaqiri. I think he's a good replacement again. If either side, he can play on the left, although he prefers the right. When Salah's got an injury or Mane's got an injury, I would love to see him in a Firmino position. He's never been given that opportunity. I know his work rate sucks, but it would be against a team that's parking the bus later on in the game from like 70, 80 minutes. You're playing, I don't know, Burnley or someone that's just parking the bus, Shaqiri, to come on, twist and turn, little tricky, shooting from outside the box. I think he'll do wonders in that position personally. But now we have Minamino, which moves me on to Minamino, who is quite similar in terms of that kind of player. He's a little tricky, fast, creative little bastard, excuse my language. And yes, I definitely think he'll be stealing some game time off of Firmino. And I do think Firmino will be seeing a lot more of the bench this season, for sure, definitely. But I can't wait to see Minamino. He's in good form. He's looking sharp, and he's a good player. So guys, let's run through the actual starting lineup that I've gone with. So obviously, first of all, in goal is Alisson. Then we have Robertson. Then we have VVD, Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Milner, Fabinho, Henderson, Salah, Firmino, and Mane. So guys, this is the obvious 11, really. VVD next to Gomez, Robertson, Trent. What can you say, eh? Fabinho, Henderson. I think Henderson's fit. I should double check really before I've done this, but I'm going to go with Henderson. And I think Milner will start if, like I said, the Ouija talks are still ongoing. I think, and it's obviously Leeds United FC, or he's definitely going to make a substitute appearance and he'll come on and play against them. Maybe for Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum comes off, or whichever. But I'm sure he will get on the pitch at some point. Then you obviously is the awesome threesome up front: Salah, Firmino, and Mane. So guys, there you have it. That's my starting lineup. And my bench, and also the players on the cuff, and then players that didn't quite make the squad. So guys, let's talk about my man of the match, and I have gone for James Milner. Gone for a bit of a fairy tale ending here, and yeah, well, I just thought, you know what, why not? First game, Leeds, Liverpool, James Milner, let's just make it happen. Let's talk it into the universe, boys, yeah? Wicked. So yeah, I've gone for James Milner. Why not? Scoreline, I'm going to go for 2-0 to Liverpool. Just think we're just Liverpool. We are Liverpool, and Leeds are going to get everything they got at Anfield. But yeah, I just think Liverpool. We're going to run out 2-0 comfortable winners. I don't think we'll concede. Goal scorers, I'm going to go for Salah and Mane. Never played against Leeds United before. I think it'll be, totally different for them, and they'll be really up for it. Brand new team to face. They've scored pretty much against every other team, so they'll want to both score against this team. Well, Salah certainly has. I don't think Mane has, but Salah certainly scored against every single Premier League team. I'm sure he has. So feel free to double check that stat, and post in the comments if you can be asked. But yes, guys, I can't think if there's anything else. Yeah, so guys, we leave it there. So guys, I've been the Red Mist FC Ninja, and I will see you all soon. Let's do this.